Hello everyone, my name is Michael Kojo Anani, President and CEO of African Diaspora Council and proposed African Diaspora Federal Credit Union. With me today is Rayo Animashan. She's our longtime treasurer and national coordinator for the proposed African Diaspora Federal Credit Union. She's our presenter today. Welcome to the platform.
Hello everyone, and welcome to the One African United platform. My name is Rayo Animashan. I am the national coordinator for the proposed African Diaspora Federal Credit Union. I am very excited and pleased to be your presenter today. And I hope by the time I finish this presentation, you all will be as excited as I am. Thank you. Now, let's roll with the presentation. But before we dive into this presentation, I would like to emphasize on the power of unity. Unity is strength, and where there is a teamwork and collaboration, wonderful things can be achieved. The African Diaspora Council actually started from the classroom at Monroe College in New York, where Mr. Kojo Anani happens to be a graduate student. The classroom project led him to a 5-year research in 17 states in the United States of America with a research topic, why is poverty a chronic disease in the Black community? During this research, they found out 2 major issues that held us hostage as a community for many years: lack of trust and lack of capital. Hence, they came up with 2 divine solutions: the African Cultural Center and a financial institution. This research gave birth to African Diaspora Council, Inc., which is an umbrella that houses the 2 solutions, the African Cultural Center and the financial institution. The ADC was originally incorporated in New York on April 2010 and relocated its headquarters to St. Louis, Missouri in 2014. It is a vocal organ established to mobilize anyone with African heritage in the diaspora into a united body. Our mission is to leverage the economic empowerment of the African diaspora, empower the African diaspora to achieve economic prosperity, which can lead to transformation of the African diaspora community. This includes the interrelationship with African Americans to help communicate African history and culture to all. Who we are? We are Africans in the diaspora. The diaspora is defined as the dispersion of any people from their original homeland. For us, it is composed of anyone who is African or claims African heritage, including African Americans whose ancestors were involved in the diaspora and anyone with a general concern for learning about Africa. Our first goal, which is the African Cultural Center. The Cultural Center will be the epicenter or venue to preserve and restore the African culture that have been taken away from us for decades. Among Africans and African Americans and all who claims African heritage. The second goal, which is the financial institution, is now our proposed African Diaspora Federal Credit Union. Our community credit union will promote collaboration of all people and leverage the economic empowerment of the African diaspora to achieve economic prosperity. We use a no one left behind approach, which means that regardless of your economic status, there is room for every one of us. The journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step. After 3.5 years of going back and forth with the National Credit Union Administration, I hereby say congratulations to our community. Our field of membership got approved and our proof of concept, which is the strategy that will drive our community credit union, got approved with 94 points out of possible 100. The minimum requirement for a community to be invited to open a credit union is 80 points, but we got 94. Very impressive. The proposed African Diaspora Federal Credit Union is a not-for-profit financial institution initiated by the African Diaspora Council and backed by the United States National Credit Union Administration. And it is FDIC protected, which means that the Federal Deposit Insurance Corporation, which is an independent agency of the United States government that protects you against the loss of your insured deposit if an FDIC insured bank or savings association fails. The members of the proposed credit union will pool their collective resources as a shareholder to leverage the economic strength of the African diaspora and empower the African diaspora community to achieve prosperity. The proposed credit union platform is to empower members to improve their financial future and contribute to the revitalization of our community. It is a self-help concept, which means it's the process of sharing a common experience, challenge, or concern. It is participatory in nature, and it involves getting help, giving help, and learning to help yourself, as well as sharing knowledge and experience. The ADC strives to be at the forefront of community development, helping to shape the diaspora community by empowering and improving the lives of our community. Our main objective is pretty simple. It's community empowerment. It is time for us to gain control over our cooperative economic destiny, to grow and maintain a sustained multi-generational wealth, to free ourselves from the bondage and pandemic of poverty, and also strengthening trade and commerce for the global African diaspora, to help build global collective financial resources. Ladies and gentlemen, it is time that we bypass the middleman. When you put money in your credit union, it's like putting your money in a global economy, which allows your money to work for you as part of a community. As a community, pooling our resources together and opening a community credit union give us the economic power, and we will be well positioned to compete in the global economy. Instead of putting our money in a regular bank or another community credit union, working for those investors or the owners of other community credit unions, we ask that you invest in your future and the future of generation to come. So by so doing, once we have this platform, which is our proposed African Diaspora Federal Credit Union platform, now we are wired to craft a strong foundation for the community redevelopment and also to start emergency savings account to set aside funds for future needs. It is very important because while at peace, we need to prepare for war. With our proposed credit union, then we all will have access to loans for personal, home, and businesses. To open our credit union, there is a requirement. Remember, the credit union is chartered by the federal government of the United States of America. It's like a franchise. Like, for example, if I want to own a McDonald's franchise, and I happen to let them know that, I like everything about McDonald's, but one thing I do not like is your color. I want red instead. Guess what they will tell me? They'll tell me to either go to Steak and Shake or somewhere else. That is telling you that the rules and reg that guides this the credit union is managed by the federal government of the United States of America. So, donation can come from members to open a credit union. The requirement by the NCUA is that our startup costs must come from donation, and those donations can come from members of the proposed credit union, grants, or wealthy individuals that want to donate towards this cause. Startup costs, in case you want to know what it is. These are expenses incurred during the process of creating a new business. Example, technology, advertisement, promotions, employee salary, and so on and so forth. We have two levels of membership. The first, number one membership level is founding members and shareholders, share certificate holders. And number two is the share certificate holders. The founding members and share certificate holders are individuals that donate towards the startup expenses and buy shares in the credit union. This group are referred to as preferred shareholders in a for-profit companies or organization. All founding members are required to submit their survey with a minimum donation of $250. Once the credit union opens, all founding members must buy shares into the credit union to activate their founding members' status. Failure to buy shares is like somebody with a gun without a bullet, because credit union share only carries one vote regardless of the value of your shares. It might sound awkward asking for money, but nothing gets done without money. Due to our limited time for this membership drive, it is first come, first serve. Hence, once we reach our target goal of 4,500 members, the funding membership drive closes. Level 2, the share certificate holders. These are individuals that only buy shares in the credit union. This group are referred to as common stockholders in for-profit companies. People can buy shares into the proposed credit union once available, no limitation. You can write off your $250. I'm going over some of the benefit that comes with being a founding member. You can write off your $250 or whatever amount you donate towards the startup expenses for the proposed credit union. Founding member status is like a preferred shareholders in a for-profit organization. Incentives like higher dividend rate payout, lower interest on loans, and higher interest rates on savings. Dividends. A dividend is a distribution of profit or surplus by a corporation to its shareholders. When a corporation earns a profit or surplus, it can pay a proportion of the profit as a dividend to shareholders. Any amount not distributed is taken to be reinvested in the business. Let me give you a quick example. Say, for example, we have member A and member B. Member A has 1 million share value and member B has 1 million share value. But member A is a founding member, whereas member B is a share certificate holders. As the credit union grows and making profits, they might decide they have to share with the community. So if they decide to retain 50% of their profit to be reinvested into the credit union, they might decide to pay out 30% in dividend, 10% towards scholarship, and 10% goes to support businesses or different brilliant ideas in our community. So the founding members, let's say for example, they are giving 20% of the value of their shares, and the share certificate holder may be 10%. So which means when they cut that check, the dividend check that goes out to those founding members and the share certificate holders, the founding members will receive 200,000 of dividend, whereas the certificate holder only received 100,000. So member A is a founding member and a shareholder, while member B is just a shareholder. That is the difference. However, the difference in dividend is 100,000. So I don't know about you, especially during this pandemic. I can do a lot, and 100,000 will travel very far in what I have to do. Some of the benefits also are great rates. Credit unions regularly offer better rate of return simply because they are owned by and serve at the pleasure of its members. They have unique financial options because credit unions are owned by its members. Programs and services are tailored to the specific needs of the members. Our projected opening date is August 2021. We will open our door with integrity, transparency, and accountability. We are not going to run this in an African way, neither are we going to run it in African American way. We are going to run it the right way, as instructed by the National Credit Union Administration. We ask that all people submit their survey forms as soon as possible because we do not have room to procrastinate. Ladies and gentlemen, brothers and sisters, in closing, I implore each and every one of us to please take advantage of this opportunity. Let us do something about the situation we do not like. The same opportunity that was granted to the Jewish people and other community is on our lap right now. Let us take advantage of it as soon as possible. Also, I would like to, because we have more in common than we could ever imagine. So let me ask you this question. Have you ever met a person who walks, talks, and behave like someone you knew when you were a child or someone in your family. In short, we have more in common with one another. So why focusing on what separates us? Why not focus on what unites us as a community? We are one Africa united. After all, man lives not for himself alone. In others' good, he finds its own. A man is not an island, ladies and gentlemen. We need to work together to brighten the corner where we are. We cannot only criticize our leaders here and in Africa. We need to contribute to our society. We cannot always be takers. We need to give. After all, it is more blessed to give than to receive. We must love and respect each other. Africans must respect and appreciate African Americans. After all, their struggles paved the way for us. And same applies to the African Americans must respect and appreciate Africans because they can learn from our struggles. Let us look for good in each other. Do not generalize saying that all Africans or African Americans are A, B, or C. No. Our people say we are the only one that could change African narratives. We in the diaspora, we must help ourselves before seeking the help of others. Let me tell you, as much as we love to help, you cannot give what you don't have. So this is a call to action for us to lay that foundation in order for us to collectively solve the problem in our community. We cannot sit on our oars, pull each other down, and expect others to lift us up. They will only pass us the crumbs. So now, if we are sick and tired of eating remnants, of eating crumbs off the table, it is time for us to stand up and stand firm to do what is right for our community and the generation to come. ADC wants to be the springboard to unite Africans at home and abroad, with African Americans to be more effective and progressive, which is the brainwork of our president, Mr. Michael Kojo Anani. ADC is a bridge to help bring people of African descent and anyone from other races and tribes who wishes to join them together. It is an organization that chooses our people and others they interact with. It is an organization that recognizes how our people in our homeland have misused our resources and power and want to do better in the diaspora. African Diaspora Council is an organization that aspires to instill work ethics in our youth by way of example. Love and trust are difficult to build, but ADC wants us to see the vision of the organization and work with us to promote unity among ourselves. We must not succumb to the enemies of unity like rumors. Don't make up your mind about this organization until you really find out who she really is. Ladies and gentlemen, alone we can do so little, but together we can do so much. By Helen Keller. After all, we are like a tree with several branches spread all over the globe. But even as we have these branches on the tree, all the branches are still connected to the roots, which means no matter where we are on the globe, we are still connected to Mother Africa, regardless of when we came, either through slavery, either you arrived yesterday or today. We are one Africa united, and we should be proud of our heritage. I will leave you with our contact in case you want to visit us. Our location is 1425 Ferguson Avenue, St. Louis, Missouri, 63133. Our telephone toll-free number is 1-855-232-0007. Our website is www.africandiasporacouncil.org. Please submit your survey today. We do not have time to waste at www.africandiasporacouncil.org/credit-union. Follow us on social media. On Twitter at Diaspora Council, on Instagram at African Diaspora Council, and Facebook adc.org. I thank you all for taking the time to listen to this presentation, and I look forward as we all catapult ourselves to greatness and what the future holds for our community and the generation to come. Thank you very much for your time, and I'll see you later.